Hello, I'm Carl, and this is ProCycle's Tech Talk. Today's feature, we're going to talk about the importance of balancing tires both front and rear. This is a must-do item that you got to have to get better tire performance. It's easier on your suspension. You get longer tire life as well. After we get our tires mounted, we want to make sure we check tire pressure. You get the proper tire gauge, as we always say. You check your pressure to make sure you're at the right spot. And for these TW front tires, we like to run around 28 psi. We're on the money. You always want to make sure you put a valve cap back on your tire stem, and you want the metal ones with the O-rings inside. That seals it up and prevents any kind of accident of air seepage out, which won't be fun at the end of the day's ride. So we get our tire valve stem on, we got our tire mounted, going the correct direction. We're going to get our wheel and tire up on the balancing stand here using the proper size axle for the bearings on the wheel. If you don't have a balancing stand at home, we will show you how to do it with furniture you have lying around. First thing we want to do is take off the old weights so we're not overbalancing anything. And then with the balancing stem, we're going to let the wheel find its heavy spot at the bottom, the light spot at the top, and that's how we're going to set the balance on this. Now that the tire has settled into its position, the heavy spots at the bottom, we want to take something to mark at 12 o'clock position so we know where the light spot is, and we're going to add the wheel weights. We rotate that around, get a little cleaner to make sure we have a clean surface on the shoulder of the rim to put our new weights on, and we kind of take a guesstimate of how fast it rotates up, how much weights we're going to need. Now looking at that rotation, I'm going to guess it's going to be about 4 of the squares of the stick-on wheel weights. Now we could just do a quick check, just pull off a little bit of the adhesive, attach it here, make sure nothing moves. It's moving down a little bit, so we got just a little bit too much weight. We'll trim one of those off, and we'll try it again. It's holding still. That's what we want it to do at like about a 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock position. We want to swing it around 180 degrees just to double check our work. Hold still again. We're in good shape. You want to take your sticky weights, of course, peel the rest of the protective paper off, attach it on the rim. You're in good shape. That's a properly balanced tire. One of the other things we want to address, should your wheel or tire take like an excessive amount of weight, we want to make sure we cut those weights in half so we got an even amount on both sides of the rim. The other thing we want to address is we've seen a lot of tire beads being used. You put those inside the tube. You check any of the manufacturers, any of the major manufacturers don't like tire beads. It voids the warranty. So we just want to put that out there so people know they don't like tire beads. It voids the warranty. So hopefully we could just use the stick-on weights, which is a tried and true process. Another point we'd like to bring up that some viewers have suggested, what we've done previously is when we're going to go on a big adventure ride and we've got the tire already balanced, it's ready to go, we could let the air out and we could add a little bit of slime. Slime's always good to put in for to seal the bead or seal the tube should you get a flat. We had found that if we take half the recommended amount, they say put in 4 ounces, we've always put in 2 ounces just into the tire to run it around that way. Seems to work good. We haven't had any tire flats or failures since we've done this. It might be elephant repellent, we don't know, but it seems to be a good idea. Just add half the amount of slime recommended after you've mounted and balanced the tire. So let's show you how to mount this or balance this if you don't have a tire stand. Okay, so you're at home, you're out on the trail, you're away somewhere, and you got to put a new tire on and you need to be able to balance it. You could take a couple workbenches, you could take anything that's kind of a level surface to each other, 2 of them, use the axle off of the motorcycle wheel, and you could just put them between 2 surfaces and balance the wheel that way. It'll do everything it does on a stand. You're working from just a little bit lower position, it'll balance, it'll do everything you need to do. This is how you do it if you don't have a stand. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to give us thumbs up and subscribe to our channel and our newsletter. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, your adventure begins here. Thank you. Hey, welcome back on another great tip. Should you have a front wheel where you don't have enough shoulder space to put the wheel weights on, go to your local hardware sporting goods store and get some fishing weight that's in the string, in the lead. You would cut off a little piece where it is. We would kind of put it on to see how much we need. That's a little bit heavy, so we're going to cut this to an appropriate size. We're going to test it again. Just let it hang on there for a moment. Seems to set still, so what we want to do is we're just going to wrap this around the spoke where we got a nice tight fit. We take our pliers, we kind of cinch it down so it's not going anywhere, and that's the easy way to use fishing weight as a balance on your front wheel. Thank you again.